Did you know that up to 60% of people with Parkinson's say that fatigue is their most disabling symptom, even more than tremors? Well, let me tell you, I believe it. I've had days where my body just shut down out of nowhere. One minute I was laughing at a family dinner, and the next I felt like somebody pulled the plug out of my batteries. I sat there staring at my plate of mashed potatoes, and I'm thinking, I might actually fall asleep right here, right now, in this gravy. Now, does that sound familiar? Well, fatigue doesn't knock politely. It kicks down the door, it eats your snacks, and then it makes itself at home. And today, I'm going to share my 5 real life hacks for beating Parkinson's fatigue. Now, these are things that I actually use in my daily life. And stick around to the very end because I've got a brand new Bryce-ism for you and one that completely changed the way that I think about energy and fatigue.
Welcome to Living with Parkinson's. The good, the bad, and the reality. Real talk, real life, real community with Bryce Perry. Let's begin.
Well, welcome back to the channel. I want to thank my loyal viewers in the inner circle and the channel members for coming back. And if you're new here, I'm Bryce, and this is Living with Parkinson's, the good, the bad, and the reality. Now, this channel is about strength, hope, and support for people living with Parkinson's and for caregivers too. Now, I share real stories, practical tips, and yes, even a little humor. So hit subscribe and join the community, and you'll get updates on new hacks, encouragements, anytime you need it, and a reminder that you're not alone in this journey. Now, today's episode, Beating Parkinson's Fatigue, my 5 must-try tricks, I want to dive right into it because it's that important. Now, this is what I call the 20-20-20 recharge rule. Okay, 20-20-20 recharge rule. Now, one of the sneakiest mistakes I used to make was ignoring the early signs of fatigue. I'd push through, thinking I was tough, only to crash harder later. So I started using what I call, again, the 20-20 recharge rule. Okay. Every 20 minutes of activity, I stop for 20 seconds and I do something. I look 20 feet away, I stretch, I roll out my shoulders, I just breathe. Right. And how do I remember? Well, I set my phone to buzz every 20 minutes. It's like having a coach tap me on the shoulder and say, "Hey Bryce, take a break before your body makes before your body makes you." Right? Once I tried it with laundry. Yeah, normally I'd go until I was wiped out and the basket was like half finished for days. But with the little pauses, I got through the whole load without feeling like I'd run a marathon. Okay, so it's not about being lazy. It's about spending your energy smart. Okay, spending your energy smart. Now, if you're a sports player, think of it again. It's like you play hockey. In Canada, we play hockey. You go out and you do 30 minutes hard and you come back and you rest for a couple of shifts. And then you go back out and you come back in. You go back out and come back in. So what you're doing is the coach is tapping the shoulder saying, "Come on in now, take a breather, and then I'm going to send you right back out when you got some energy back." And that's a really smart trick. Now, here's another one. And this one I learned the hard way. And I've talked about this a lot, but protein can mess with levodopa absorption, right? That's the science. The reality, and I'm going to use bacon here because people love when I use bacon. One time I had a giant bacon breakfast, right? I popped my meds and then spent the whole day moving like a zombie. Now, I time my protein better, right? Heavier protein meals later in the day, or I give myself a buffer around my meds. Now, it doesn't mean I give up bacon. Come on, I love bacon, but I've learned when to have bacon. Okay. Sometimes I even adjust with an extra half a pill if I know I'm having a big steak or that bacon. And that's what works for me. But always, when it comes to your meds and levodopa and changes, always talk to your doctor. Again, I do not plan my meals around my meds. If I am having something heavy protein, I'll either add an extra pill just before I take it, or to my dose just before I eat, or after I'm done. And for me, that's what works. And my doctor's happy with it, and I'm happy with it too. So always make sure you check with your doctor first. But I'll give you a tip. Keep a simple food and med journal. I know I'm big on journals, and you're probably thinking, "Oh my God, another journal." Well, even jotting down what you ate and when you dosed can reveal patterns that explain why some days feel worse than others. Now, when I figured this out, it felt like I finally had a little of my control back. I can take control of my life again. And I'm going to, in a future video, I'm working on a journal right now with all of these mini journals inside of it. So hopefully I'll be able to get it in your hands so you can journal everything, right? Just like I say, and I'll actually do a video to walk you through it and show how you do it. So stay tuned. It's coming. Believe me, I'm doing kind of as fast as I can. So that's to come. And in the comments, in the comments, how is your fatigue? Are you battling fatigue as it is? I mean, we had a video last week and another episode last week that on fatigue, and I realized, man, I need to give you my tips on how to get out of the fatigue, not just talk about what fatigue is. So, in the comments, how's your fatigue doing? And also, if you have any hacks along the way, make sure you put them in along the way because your comment could help somebody in the community. So, let's move on to the third one now. Let's talk about naps. My buddy Brian loves naps. Well, with Parkinson's, naps are tricky. Too long and you wake up in a fog, and too short and they don't do anything. So the sweet spot for me, it's around 15 to 25 minutes. And you know what? I would suggest people actually literally set a timer. You know, I know someone who one time skipped the timer and woke up 3 hours later, drooling on the couch, meds out of whack, completely useless, right? And I call that a hibernation nap. You don't want to take a hibernation nap, okay? You just want a quick recharge. So but when I control it, so I'm just talking from the first person. When I keep it controlled, a quick recharge nap, it's like magic. It's like a software reboot for your brain. And if you're not sure what your sweet spot is, experiment. Try 15 minutes first, right? If you wake up groggy, adjust shorter for next time and find out what works for your body. And you're just going to go up and down. I know we do this a lot, but you have to learn your body. You have to learn how you react to things. So but set the timer even for naps, right? You feel yourself falling asleep. You're in your favorite chair. You're ready to go. Hit that 15-minute nap or 20-minute nap and wake yourself up. You don't want to go too far. Okay. So if any of this sounds familiar, hit that like button so more people can see the real side of Parkinson's. And you know what? Again, like I said, share your own fatigue hacks in the comments. I read every comment. I respond to every comment. And every month I do an actual episodes on questions in the comments. So I might feature yours on the next one. So make sure you get in there and let's start a conversation. Okay. All right. Let's go to hack number 4. This is hack number 4. This one feels backwards. Okay. And it's this: moving when you're already tired. But light movement actually gives me energy. Okay. There was a day Carmen convinced me to go for a short walk when I just wanted to stay home on the couch. I grumbled all the way down the driveway like a little kid. But halfway through, I realized it felt better. Not cured, but looser and lighter. So even small moves help. Marching in place, rolling your shoulders, reaching for the ceiling, or just walking to the mailbox. And sometimes the hardest part is just standing up. But once you do it, I'm telling you, it usually pays off. All right. Now, hack number 5. And this one's my favorite. You ready for this? Stack habits so you get double the benefit. Okay. Double down. For example, every morning I take my B12 while standing in front of my light therapy lamp, right? Vitamin boost and an energy cure all in one. And I thought of that myself. So some people stretch while the coffee brews, others listen to music while organizing their meds. But that's something you do is just double up, double down. So think about it. What's one habit that you could stack? Share it below. Put it in the comments because your idea might be exactly what somebody needs. And I bet you there is a ton of different ones. What could you stack? Think about it. What could you stack? It's like doubling down. Okay. Now, in my last video about fatigue warning signs, so many of you have left so many great comments. And people shared tricks like using medication apps for short resets. Some more breaking housework into chunks instead of powering through it. And one viewer who swears by splashing ice cold water in their face midday. Now, that's why I keep saying this is a community. I'll keep featuring your tips in future videos, so keep them coming because your voice matters. And they're great tips. What were they again? Right? Using medication apps for short resets, breaking housework into chunks instead of trying to do it all at one time. And again, splashing cold water in your face midway through the day. It's just a routine, and it's something that signals to your body that it's midday. It's not bedtime. Okay. So now what about the science? So, why is fatigue such a monster in Parkinson's? It's not just poor sleep. Let's make that clear. It's dopamine depletion, a medication side effects, or even brain changes, or even changes in your brain circuitry. Now, here's an easy way to picture it. Okay. So I like to break this down. Let's make it really simple. Dopamine is like gas in your car. Okay. With Parkinson's, the tank empties faster, and sometimes the gauge is broken. And that's why fatigue feels different than just being tired. And knowing that helps me. It reminds me that it's not my fault. Fatigue is part of Parkinson's. Hacks don't cure it by any stretch, but they do give you back a little control. Now, remember, I said I had a Bryce-ism for you, and here it is. It's not the end of the video, but here it is. With Parkinson's, energy is like cash. Spend it wisely, save when you can, and invest in what matters most. Now, I came up with that after a day where I tried to do everything on my list and ended up doing nothing. I realized that I can't spend what I don't have. But if I plan my energy budget, I can make it last longer. Now, some days I blow the budget, some days I invest it well, but either way, I try not to beat myself up about it. And I like to spend my energy doing things that I like to do. I'm not a big fan of cleaning the house, so I don't want to deplete my energy cleaning the house and lose my time with my wife or lose my time, doing something with my buddies or filming a video. So there you go. Those are my five must-try tricks for beating fatigue. Now, in the comments, which one stood out to you? Or better yet, what's your secret fatigue hack? Drop in the comments. I'd love to feature it in a future video. And get ready for part 2 of this med hack for real life series, navigating wearing off when your meds peak and plunge. And I'll share strategies that are going to help me survive those ups and downs. And that'll be on the next episode. And until next time, man, I love you guys. I love this community. Thank you for being with me. And you know what? Always remember, keep showing up, keep being real, and keep doing life today. And hey, if this video helped, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so more people living with Parkinson's can join the community. And I have got a treat for you. You see these videos up here? Ta-da! This is what YouTube thinks that you should watch. And while you're looking at that, here's a link to it's one of these two, to the Inner Circle. That's my private community where we go deep. We talk 24/7. It's a private community for people just like you, caregivers just like you. And we're doing life. We're doing it hard. We're doing it today. We're doing it real. But thank you so much for being with me. I appreciate you. I'm here for you. And if you need anything, make sure you give me a call or give me a comment. Either way, you have a great day and you do it today.